evening and welcome back to Fox 23 News. I'm Nicole Menner. The Southern Miss football team is wrapping up their spring season this week as the annual Black and Gold spring game is just 3 days away. Today, some of the coaches and players talked about how important it is to establish leadership roles ahead of the fall season.
You know, I think there's several guys that have leadership capabilities, but you know, that's one thing we're looking for. You know, we're looking for a few guys to just step up and be that vocal leader, lead by example. But, you know, in leading, you got to do things right all the time. And sometimes it's not easy, it's hard.
Or in the past, I was kind of one of those leaders where I just showed by example. And, you know, sometimes you have to have a vocal leader also.
I'm normally more of an action leader, but they've been trying to get me to be a more vocal leader because we got so many young guys. And I've been vocal lately.
Yeah, the coaches definitely have been pushing for me to step up and be a leader. And I think I do a little bit of both, like a vocal leader and leading by example. I think I speak when need to be spoken, you know, when something needs to be spoken about. So most of the time I try to lead by example. I think that's where I truly lead. But if I need to say something, I don't mind speaking up.
In some Atlanta Braves news, the team has signed veteran slugger Jose Bautista to a minor league contract where the Braves plan on using him as a third baseman. Yes, you did hear that right. The six-time MLB All-Star has spent his last 10 seasons in Toronto with the Blue Jays, where he was primarily an outfielder. But he isn't a complete stranger to playing third base. Back in 2007 with the Pirates, he was positioned there and occasionally with the Jays as well. The 37-year-old has hit at least 20 home runs in each of his past 8 seasons, but had just a .203 average last year. If you were sleeping on the Pelicans in their first round of playoffs against the Trailblazers, well, you should probably wake up. After taking Game 1 on Saturday night, the Trailblazers really needed a win at home last night in Game 2 before the series heads back to New Orleans. So over to the game, and the man of the night would be Jrue Holiday, getting things started early with a one-handed slam, getting the bench all pumped up. He had 12 points in the first quarter. Third quarter, and this is a tight one. The Pels up by 1. Holiday dishing it out to AD, and he finishes off the alley-oop. Final frame, and the Blazers pulled ahead with just 3 minutes left to go, but the Pelicans would heat up behind the arc. First is Mirotic, then it's Holiday, who ended up finishing with a playoff career-high 33 points. And finally, Rondo would take one from the corner, sinking a triple of his own, and the Pelicans defy the odds, taking Game 2 with a 111-102 win.
In my opinion, and I may be a little bit biased, but if you can tell me a better two-way player in the league right now, I'm willing to listen. But what we ask him to do and the things that we ask him to do offensively, he was just great tonight.
I do what my team needs me to do. Whatever they need me to do, if it's defend, if it's score, if it's get other people involved, if it's to cheer from the sideline on the bench. So, again, I just feel like I'm in a really good place right now.
To me, at this stage, you know, you want your best players on the court as many minutes as they can possibly be out there. So, you know, I don't worry about the minutes that we're playing them. You know, we can rest all the way. We got a 4.5 hour plane ride that we can rest and sleep, and nobody will bother them.
So Game 3 is tomorrow, back in New Orleans. Hopefully they can use that home court advantage.
Yeah.
The guard play has been a difference so far. I mean, Lillard and McCollum have not showed up this series.
Not showed up, and that's the difference maker here.
Mark
so
is not happy about it.
No, I mean, you know, of course.
Yes.
They need that. AD helps out quite a bit, too.
And Jrue Holiday last night stepping it up big. So.
Yeah. Stepping it up with an interesting shirt, too.
But yeah, not sure what that was about.
Yeah, I need to get
we'll
off
find
that
out.
guy's
Investigate.
shirt.